there are days I feel really positive about tie-dye, and then there are days that I feel really negative about tie-dye. Um, I generally have 2 or 3 good days and then one day full of doubt. But the past couple of days, I've had 2 days in a row full of doubt. And it's, and I don't want to alarm the investors, people who have promised to put money in, and some who already have money in. If we start this movie, the moment we spend a chunk, uh, the movie will be complete, and we will distribute it, and we will make a great movie. I just need to know that we can make a great movie before I spend my friends' monies. I am grateful to a couple friends from high school, a couple friends from Los Angeles, uh, my writing partner Nick and his brother. People are contributing a pretty good sum of money to this, and I don't take that lightly. And we either we either make a movie with it or we don't, and we give them their money back. Um, it's a cloudy morning. Maybe that's no. It has nothing to do with the clouds. It has everything to do with preparation. And some days I feel really prepared, and other days I don't know how this can be pulled off for this tiny little budget that we're going for. It's hard. This is my second feature film that I tried to produce. The first one was called Sensitive Johnson, which I made a couple decades ago at this point. And that movie was made with a bunch of people in my acting class. I was a part of Playhouse West at the time. I was there for 10 years. I loved it. It's my creative home. One guy in particular stood out to me, an acting friend of mine. His name was Vince Jolivet. Vince stayed every night way past his shooting his scenes. He stayed wrapping cables, helping the crew each night. He just wanted to make movies. He wanted to produce movies. It was his joy, it was his passion. He had a fire in his eye, and he was just very honest and driven about what does it take to make this thing. So it was no surprise to me that he later teamed up with another classmate of ours at Playhouse West, James Franco. And James was blowing up in the early 2000s as a major movie star. He saw the fire and drive and focus in Vince, and he made him his producing partner. And the two of them, they made movie after movie after movie. And then Vince has gone on his own to make movie after movie after movie. He's a very successful producer, and it's no surprise to me because he was the guy who stayed until everybody else had gone home and he wrapped up the last cable. There was another guy on Sensitive Johnson who was there with us wrapping up the last cable. That guy's name is Jim Coretta. And Jim went on to work for Judd Apatow. He became an editor, and he's edited some of the biggest movies you've heard of, or it was an assistant editor. He's on the editing teams. He's created a big career for himself too. But his drive and passion, just it's such an asset to any film set. I'm very lucky that Jim is editing this movie. I guess why sometimes I feel great and then I feel down is like I see a couple Vinces and Jims working on this movie, and there are guys like Simon Soren who just showed up to one of our test shoots and has been a major part of our team since we started the proof of concept last year. You know, guys like him, there are people who show up and have this passion, but there are also times I'm like, well, nobody's really into this. And I'm like, oh God, this is never going to happen. So I have my doubts. Probably shouldn't be sharing this, but whatever. Um, we're getting to a make or break week with this movie. This is the week we got to buy our insurance and pay our rent and buy our equipment. Sometimes it's also sometimes it's the right thing to stop if it's not working out. Like, I don't want this movie to be the Titan submersible of independent films. I don't want my friends to lose their money. It's important to me. So today's a doubt day. I have a lot of doubt. Tomorrow, hopefully, will be a positive, hopeful, yes, I can day. We'll see. We'll see. Thank you for words of encouragement and support and whatever. And there's no reason. I'm fine. I just either want to make this or not make this. This is not poor me or depression. Everybody has their own ups and downs and bad days and their own things that they're dealing with, their own challenges. Nobody needs to feel bad about someone like me on a social media video. But anyway, I want to be the hero that sees this through. But maybe I'll be the smart guy who calls it off. I don't know. I'm looking for Vinces and Jims and Simons. Thanks.